Okay, Hare Krishna Gaurangi Mataji, Hare Krishna Induleka Mataji, and Jahnakanya Mataji. Thank you for kindly joining this evening.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
So it is very nice to see Induleka Mataji here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna everyone.
Okay,
Can you
so Supriya Gopi Mataji, so when you're ready, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, I'm ready. I can start. I'll start with the Radha Madhav prayers. Jaya
Yes,
Radha.
Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Induleka Mataji. Yes, Mataji, you can
Are
kindly
you
start,
able to
please.
hear,
Hare
Prabhu?
Krishna. Yes, Mataji, we are able to hear perfectly.
Okay. Jaya Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari
Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jai Gopi Jana Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana
Yamuna Tira
Yamuna Tira Vanacha
Yamuna Tira
Yamuna Tira Vanacha
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Rama
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tiranachari
Yamuna Tira
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Bihari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna. So I'm going to do the Mangalacharan prayers now. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Very beautiful, Mataji and Prabhuji. The Kirtan and Mangalacharan prayers both are doing very divine. Wonderful. Thank you, Mataji.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavani Paschatya Deshatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present about the mood chanting in the mood of separation, the ultimate goal of life, today's topic. So I welcome you all for this session. So, yes, this topic, I was a little bit skeptical about myself because I'm not really qualified to give this such type of exalted topic. But I thought, okay, like I will try because now the devotees are experienced devotees, so I can speak something about the chanting in the mood of separation. But still, I was not in a very convenient mood. But I try to, my intention is here to try to please Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Srimati Radharani and Lord Sri Krishna. And also by meditating upon the chanting in the mood of separation, one can really make advance in their spiritual progress. Even Prabhupada has mentioned that whoever follows in this line of Gaudiya Vaishnava, one should cultivate the mood of separation in chanting. So that is the ultimate goal of life. So I sincerely am begging you, please accept my mistakes that I am going to make now, because it's common for me. I'm not a well experienced speaker. So please kindly forgive me for my mistakes. Yes. Before I dive into the mood of separation, but I would like to first build a strong foundation about why we should chant, although they are fundamental in Krishna consciousness. And I really wanted to make a strong foundation before entering into the mode of separation. So I just quickly recap what we have understood so far. And from that, I can proceed with the entering into the mood of separation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, and then later into Radharani's mood, if time permits. So let's see how it goes. So, yes. So why are we chanting and why we should chant? If Prabhupada always says, chant, 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 but the devotee says, can't, can't, can't. So why are they saying can't? After taking initiation, after following few years, they say, oh, we are not able to chant properly. We are not able to chant properly. What is the reason for that? So we know this material world is full of problems. As we know from Bhagavad Gita, there are many different number of problems. Now I have highlighted few problems which are encountered in this material field, like relationship problems one can encounter. There could be a lot of workload in the office they can encounter, and they have all the health issues. Some of them will have health issues and economic problems. These are common in this material world. Devotees are not exceptional to these problems. So when we take initiation, we think we are chanting and everything will be solved. No, that's not the case. Until we are there in this material world, we have to undergo these type of problems. On top of that, we have to practice this Krishna consciousness. Due to these problems, the devotees couldn't able to fix their mind in the chanting of the holy name. If you ask many devotees, even I have come across so many devotees saying, I'm not able to chant or I'm not able to fix my mind on Krishna because of all these problems. So if you see, look at all these problems, the end result is all these problems are affecting the mind, basically. The mind gets stressed because of these problems, and then it doesn't know how to react to this problem or how to solve this problem. So we are thinking based on the we try to fix this problem separately from Krishna, but it is not possible to do so. Then we go and approach the senior devotees, and then even the sannyasis. We are facing so many problems. How can we chant with these problems? My mind is going to fix the problem, not on Krishna. How can I deal with that? So, or whatever the case may be, all the Vaishnavas and all the senior devotees or the sannyasis, they say, just chant. That is the answer everybody gets. So how could we solve this? We chant this Hare Krishna mantra on top of these problems. Let's see what the literature says, Shastra says. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.11, the verse says, Eta nirvidyamanam ichatam akuto bayam yoginam nripa nirnitam harer namanu kirtanam. O King, constant chanting in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra after the ways of the great authorities is the doubtless and fearless way of success for all, including those who are free from all material desires, those who are desirous of all material enjoyment, and also those who are self-satisfied by dint of transcendental knowledge. So here sees even the material, even those who are desire of all the material enjoyment, they can also obtain the success without fear. So verse is very important, that anybody can take up the chanting process, and they can become success fearlessly. So that's what his verse says. So the next verse mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7, it says, Aho batashva pachoto gharyan yajjivagre vartate nama tubhyam tepas tapas te juvuhu sansurarya brahmanuchu nama grinanti ete. Oh, my Lord, a person who is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, although born of a low family like that of a Chandala dog eater, is situated on the highest platform of self-realization. Such a person must have performed all kind of penances and sacrifices according to Vedic rituals, and studied the Vedic literature many, many times after taking his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family. So even a Chandala or a dog eater, when he chants, is already situated in the platform of self-realization. So now we have got this opportunity of human life, which is very rare. So one has to take the advantage of chanting the holy name of Krishna. So because when we think more and more about the problem is not going to get into the solution, but we have to see the ultimate solution for this, all of the material problems. That's the only solution is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Even when I was reading about Prithu Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam 4.2, fourth canto, so Prabhupada says, everything, even the fruitive activities and yogic practices, all are included in this chanting. The chanting of the Mahamantra. Even he says that when one chants in ecstasy and dance in ecstasy, then he is already doing pranayama. So that all the problems are solved only because of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So it is the Yuga Dharma which has been brought into this material world by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 510 years, approximately 500 to 510 years now. He brought this Hare Krishna mantra, and he said to chant this mantra. He gave this mantra to everyone in the mood of separation, actually. So yeah, the next verse from Sri Brihat Bhagavatamrita 2.3.144, the verse says that Param Srimad Padamboja Sadasangati Apekshaya Nama Sankirtana Prayam Vishuddham Bhakti Machara. So, O Gopakumara, if you desire to have the eternal and constant association of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, then you should perform the continuous chanting of the holy names, which is most prominent activity in devotional service to Krishna. So when we have to have a constant association with Lord Krishna, then then one has to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There is no other way. Like we often hear this mantra, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti Eva Nasti Eva Nasti Eva Gatir Anyata. So there is no other way than chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. This is the Yuga Dharma for this Kali Yuga. So, as I said before, but the devotees read more and understand the Shastras, but still, when the problem comes, they try to get very depressed and become so upset that they couldn't focus on their devotional service. But then the question comes, how can we do? Still, even we read many things. As I said before, every problems is on our mind. If the mind is cleared and we start to approach the problem in a very different way, we can improve our relationship problem or workload problem or health issues. Everything can be improved because when chanting, our mind perception is going to change. Apart from that, there are a lot of benefits, which I'm not going to go into the details, but I'm going to just say about one interesting fact, scientific evidence. They have shown that this chanting helps in the cure for schizophrenia. It is a mental disorder, actually. So how this chanting is helping to reduce the impact of schizophrenia, I just wanted to give it as a scientific evidence. Nowadays, people ask, where is the evidence? So here is the evidence. We can show this. When we are chanting, actually, this work was done by another devotee. His name is Baluja, who's called as Vinaya Gaura Chandra Das. So he has studied with the two different groups of people. The one group chants Hare Krishna mantra, and the other group doesn't chant any mantra. And he is observing the brain, making a neuroimaging, using the neuroimaging technique on the brain, and he is mapping the brain activity. So when you see in the left-hand side of the brain activity and right-hand side of the brain activity, the left side represents those who are not chanting the mantra, and the right represents those who are chanting the mantra. So you can see a lot of spikes. That's the image I am trying to show here. So this left-hand side, people don't chant the mantra. You can see here in the brain profile, there are a lot of spikes in the lower region, the green color portion. And when you see in the right-hand side of the figure, the green portion shows very relaxed amount of spikes. So that portion is actually the cerebellum portion. This cerebellum portion, which helps to calm down the mind. So when the activity of this cerebellum is affected by chanting Maha Mantra, our brain activity becomes much more reduced and we become very calm. In this way, we get so much relaxation. Other symptoms also is there, but I'm not going to deep into that. So when our mind becomes so calm and relaxed, then we start to approach the problems in a different way. And then the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra unfolds how to deal with all those problems, and we can easily navigate to the problems and attain the prema at the end of our life, or this life or next life, depending upon how much we have done our previous spiritual activities. Yeah. So, but now the goal is not to solve the material problem. So our goal is actually not to solve the material problem. Our goal is to attain the prema. So how can we attain the prema? So Hare Krishna mantra that's not an ordinary mantra for wellness, prosperity, or wealth, because this mantra is directly coming from the groves of Goloka Vrindavana, and it is mentioned in the Ashtakali Leela in the 7th and 8th Prahar. That is this mantra is coming directly from that Goloka Vrindavan, which is in the spiritual platform already. So by then this, in the 7th and 8th Prahar, Radharani was chanting this mantra in a Vipralamba Rasa, Prema Rasa. So Vipralamba Prema Rasa means in the mood of separation. So she chants this mantra in the mood of separation when Krishna is not around with her. So yes, that is the goal. Like one has to chant this mantra in the mood of separation. Even Prabhupada mentions that one has to chant. Already I mentioned, but how can we cultivate this mode of separation? It is very difficult. And for that, we need to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood of separation before we go into the mood of separation exhibited by Srimati Radharani. So here, I'm just trying to say the summary meaning of the Maha Mantra by Raghunath Das Goswami. So it is said that in this verse, the verse goes like this: Ekada Krishna Viraha Dhyayanti Priya Sangamam Manobaspa Nirasartam Jalpadidam Muhurmuhu Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is the translation of the verse. When you understand the translation, so you can easily understand the meaning, summary meaning of the Mahamantra as well. One day, Radha was feeling separation from Krishna and was meditating on the reunion she hoped to have with him. In order to get rid of herself of the depression she felt in his absence, she began to repeatedly chant his names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Raghunath Das Goswami is he is an eternal associate of Srimati Radharani. He is actually a Rati Manjari. The other name for Raghunath Das Goswami in Krishna Leela is Tulasi Manjari. So he is an eternal associate, and he has given this summary meaning of Mahamantra. So the summary meaning is, again, being separated from you, my dearest lover, it seems that even a moment is like a million millennia. How then will I be able to suffer through this age-long separation? Please consider this fact. This is the summary meaning of the 16 names of the Mahamantra. So at the end of the day, chanting is not about just producing the sound vibration through our lips. It is, we have to chant in a way that one should feel the separation from Krishna. How that can happen is, initially, yes, of course, the devotee starts there chanting the mantra, but immediately they cannot feel the separation. In order to feel that separation, they should have some attachment to Krishna already. Then it is possible. But how can a neophyte understand this? By following the spiritual master, by reading the scriptures and trying to understand the Krishna Leela in depth. Thereby he can cultivate the mood of separation, and over the process of chanting the Mahamantra, Krishna himself will reveal in the heart of the devotee that, and then he becomes so attached to Krishna, and finally he can develop the mood of separation slowly as the life goes with the spiritual practice. So here, yes. So now, having said that, the summary meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So how are our 6 Goswamis? What was the mood of our 6 Goswamis? How they were chanting? Let us see that this verse has been composed by Srinivas Acharya. He is a great devotee of Krishna, and in his Krishna Leela, he is a Mani Manjari, and he is chanting in the mood of, he is paying his obeisances to his spiritual masters, all the 6 Goswamis, by chanting this. हे राधे व्रज देवी के चललिते, हे नंद सुनो कुतः, श्री गोवर्धन कल्प पाद पद तले, कालिंदी वने कुतः, घोषन्तविति सर्वतो व्रजपुरे, Kedair Mahavivalau Vande Rupa Sanatanau Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau. So he is paying his respectful obeisances to all the 6 Goswamis. So let's dive into the translation and see what the verse says. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who were chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan, shouting, Queen of Vrindavan, Radharani, O Lalita, O son of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna. Where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan? Or are you under the trees of the banks of the Yamuna? Where are you? These were their modes in executing Krishna consciousness. Kedair Mahavivahalau. They were lamenting in separation from Krishna. This is the process of worship given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He once fell into the ocean crying, Oh, I could not see Krishna. So the verse very clearly says the mood of separation, what our 6 Goswamis are undergoing. So they are searching Radharani and Lalita and Krishna everywhere in the Vrindavan. So that is their mood of consciousness. So one has to develop such type of mood and chant. Then they can develop the prema. So now we have entered into the mood of Goswamis, and then we next jump into the mood of separation from Krishna, what's happening within Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually showing a practical demonstration of how one can develop the mood of separation from Krishna. So in in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antyalila 14:14, it says, Radhikara bhave prabhura sada abhimana, se bhave apana ke haya radha jnana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's emotions exactly corresponded to those of Srimati Radharani when she met Uddhava. The Lord always conceived of himself in her position and sometimes thought that he was Srimati Radharani herself. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually Krishna. He appeared in this Kali Yuga, but in the mode of Radharani. But in this verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered himself as Radharani than Krishna. So because he is carrying the mood of Radharani, now he has come here to taste the love of Radharani for Krishna. So what are the moods Radharani is undergoing within herself? Now Krishna wants to experience that. That's why he is coming as a devotee, and he is trying to understand the love of Radharani. So yeah. So Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami says now about this is taken from the chapter Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter Antya Leela and 14th chapter. Yeah, so here there is a beautiful pastimes which practically demonstrates Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood of separation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood was actually like the Radharani, which we have just read, like when Uddhava meets Radharani. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, so Radharani, when Krishna left Vrindavan, gopis were so much sad and morose. They cannot tolerate the separation of Krishna. And Krishna also knows that. So he sends Uddhava and with a message that he is going to come soon to Vrindavan, but he didn't turn up. When seeing Uddhava, the gopis were, so Uddhava is he exactly resembles Krishna. And so he is also a very great devotee of friend of Krishna. So he is carrying the message of Krishna and coming to Vrindavan. At that time, gopis and Radharani were looking at him, and gopis were thinking, oh, he's exactly looking like Krishna. And then they started to talk with Uddhava. And that time, Radharani was seeing a bumblebee around her lotus feet, and she started to talk with that bumblebee, thinking that the bumblebee is the messenger of Krishna. So now Radharani is feeling the pain of separation too much that she thought that this bumblebee, I cannot trust this bumblebee because he is this bumblebee is a messenger of Krishna who left, who steals our heart, and he just left to Mathura. So I cannot trust this bumblebee. And she talks in a very different mood, like how she is undergoing. But those moods cannot be understood by us at this stage, because it's really highly emotional stage. Every time her mood changes from one mood to another mood in the separation. So when we understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood of separation, then we can understand the mood of Radharani. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking rest. At that time, he is encountering a dream. In that dream, he is seeing a Lord Sri Krishna with having a flute and with a tribhanga form. So he was so much happy. And then he also saw Radharani. So both Radha and Krishna are at the center, and they are surrounded by different gopis, and they are doing a performing rasa dance in the dream. So that as the dream was going, morning came, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a servant called, his name is called Govinda. So Govinda, what he did, he saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not gotten up yet from his bed. So he thought he will wake him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he's waking the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up, and he saw that he was feeling so unhappy that he just had a dream, but he is not actually with Krishna. When you read this verse, like you can understand how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt in the dream. देखी प्रभु से रसे आविष्ट हैला वृंदावने कृष्ण पाइनु ए ज्ञान कैला. So seeing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed with the transcendental mellow of rasa dance, and he thought, now I am with Krishna in Vrindavan. So in the dream, he's thinking, when he's having the dream, he's thinking, okay, now I'm happy, I'm with Krishna in Vrindavan. But as soon as he got up, he became unhappy. Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 14:21 says, प्रभुर विलंब देखी गोविंद जगाइला जागिले स्वप्न ज्ञान हैला प्रभु दुखी हैला. So when Govinda saw that the Lord had not yet risen, he awakened him. Understanding that he had only been dreaming, the Lord was somewhat unhappy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so unhappy, and he consoled himself, and then he did all his morning duties. And as usual, he has the habit of going to Jagannath temple, so he left to Jagannath temple after finishing his morning duties. So now in Jagannath temple, so that day it was very crowded when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath temple. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was standing behind the Garuda Stamba. There was a Garuda Stamba. So he was standing behind the Garuda Stamba and having the darshan of Chaitanya, Lord Jagannath deities. So while having darshan of Jagannath deities, a woman from Orissa came, and she was very much eager to see the deities of Jagannath. So what she couldn't see because of overcrowded, she was not able to see the deities. So what she did is she started to climb on the Garuda Stamba. How did she climb? She put her feet on the shoulder of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then she climbed up on the top of the Garuda Stamba to have a darshan of the deities. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't feel anything, but Govinda, his servant, was at the back. He saw this and he wants to make the woman come down immediately. So the woman also came down immediately, uh, and uh, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was coming to his a little bit to the external consciousness, then he saw that he saw Govinda, but he didn't say anything to the woman, but to the Govinda, his servant, you are an uncivilized man, like that. Why did he say that? Like, because the woman was very much eager. With much eagerness, she is wants to see Lord Jagannath. That type of eagerness is needed for the devotional service. Mahaprabhu saw this in her. So why did you make her to climb down? Let her have the vision of Lord Jagannath. She's so eager to see. That type of I need that type of eagerness, but I'm not getting that eagerness. He was telling like this because now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in transcendental madness, like how Radharani was feeling when Uddhava was coming to meet the gopis. So he was very much in the transcendental madness. So he most of the time what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does is he always be in the mood of Radharani, in the mood of separation from Krishna, and he don't know what he is saying, what he is doing also. So he becomes completely absorbed in the mode of separation. So he doesn't notice that the woman was climbing on the stamba or anything. Only his servant Govinda knows that, and after that only he came to know. Then, because when he was observing Jagannath deity, he is not observing as Krishna in Kurukshetra, but he is actually uh, feeling that Krishna in Vrindavan. So he is seeing Vrindavan Krishna in Jagannath deities. So he was already in the transcendental mood. So he doesn't know what he is doing or saying. So now, after he came to the external consciousness, after seeing this woman, then he started to see now not the Vrindavan Krishna. Now he started to seeing the Krishna in Kurukshetra. So that's why he became so sad, and this verse can really explain very nicely how his mood was when he saw Krishna in Kurukshetra rather than in Vrindavan in the deities of Jagannath. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Antilila 14:37 says, Pailun Vrindavananatha Punaha Harailun Semora Nilekha Krishna Kaha Moi Ainu. So he is asking. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that, like Chaitanya is saying, I found Krishna and the Lord of Vrindavan, but I have lost him again. Who has taken my Krishna? Where I have come? So he is expressing his mood of separation. Who has taken my Krishna, and where he is, like that. So this verse is very nice. Like that should be the devotee's mood. Actually, now likewise, like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is demonstrating the mood of separation from Krishna. So Chaitanya Charita Antilila 14:38 says, Swapnaveshe preme prabhura gara gara mana bhaya haila haya vena haraila dana. When he saw the deities, Lord Chaitanya thought, He was seeing Krishna in Kurukshetra. He wondered, have I come to Kurukshetra? Where is Vrindavana? So he was searching for Vrindavana. But he is not in Vrindavan also or in Kurukshetra also. But he is in the Gambhir, in the Orissa, Puri, Jagannath Puri, near Jagannath Puri temple. So he is asking, have I come to Kurukshetra? Where is Vrindavana? So that was his consciousness, because he is fully absorbed in the mood of Radharani. So he couldn't know where he is when he saw the Jagannath deities. So the next verse says like, so this was his position of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he was when he enters into the dreams about the rasa dance, he gets fully into that, absorbed into that, and he goes to the ecstasy. When he when his dream broke, then he found that he has lost something, like he has lost a precious jewel. So the mood was like this, like when a person gets a beautiful jewel for himself, who has, suppose a person wants a jewel which he is too much attached, it looks so beautiful and I really really want that jewel, so that I feel so happy. So when he bought that and suddenly he lost this jewel, what could be his mood? He feels so sad, right? It's the same mood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expressing in his Leela. He used to always dream about the rasa dance, like Ante Leela 1434 says, Kurukshetre deki Krishna aiche haila mana, kahan Kurukshetra ailana, kahan Vrindavana. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dreamed of the rasa dance, he was fully absorbed in transcendental bliss. But when his dream broke, he thought he had lost a precious jewel. So now he becomes so upset that he is missing Krishna. Initially, he saw Krishna, and then Krishna went somewhere and he lost the vision of Krishna, and then thought he has been separated from Krishna, and he lost his Krishna. So that was his mode of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then he returned to house from the temple, and then he sat, and then he was weeping, weeping in the separation of Krishna. So usually he dreams about the rasa dance that we have discussed already. So now what he does in the night time, so this goes that after finishing all his morning duties and going to the temple, of having darshan from the Jagannath deities, so the whole day and night Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always immersed in the mood of Radharani, which is the mood of separation from Krishna. So even in the night time also, he feels the same mood. So at night, Lord Chaitanya would reveal to Swarupa Damodara and Ramanand Rai the ecstatic feelings of his mind. So what is happening in his mind when he is undergoing the mood of separation? So it's not a bad thing. Like, I mean, it is not a sad thing to have the mood of separation, because each and every time when we feel the separation, the love grows more and more. The next time, the feeling of meeting, that eagerness will develop more and more. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to demonstrate. And the love expands more and more only when there is a separation. So in the text 40, that's the feeling that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to reveal to Swarupa Damodar Das and Ramanand Rai. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, at first, now he is expressing the mood to Swarupa Damodar and Ramanand. At first, my mind somehow achieved the treasure of Krishna, but it again lost him. Therefore, it gave up my body and home because of lamentation and accepted the religious principles of Kapalika Yogi. Then my mind went to Vrindavana with its disciple, my senses. So actually this verse is not very clear for me. There is Kapalika Yogi. There is some system of yogic practice. So it's not relevant for us because Prabhupada also says in purport like it's a kind of different approach, like some devotees take it and then they become like a Sagajya. So there should be, we should be very careful also in this regard when we are cultivating the mood of separation. Sometimes it might go like in the path of Sagajyas. So it's not, so that's why Prabhupada says he's not describing much about this verse as well. Having lost such now there's Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, having lost his acquired gem, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became overwhelmed with lamentation by remembering its attributes. Then grasping the necks of Ramanand, what he does is actually after revealing his ecstatic feeling to Swarupa Damodar and Ramanand Rai, so he grasps the necks of Ramanand Rai and Swarupa Damodar Das, and he puts his arms around him and he starts crying because he's getting exhausted by in the mood of separation. He cries, "Alas, where is my Hari? Where is Hari?" Finally, he became restless and lost all patience. So that's how the mood of devotee should be. The devotee, while cultivating this consciousness, he also gets the glimpses of Krishna and he gets attracted to that. It can be from any source, like by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and some exalted literatures like Chaitanya Charitamrita. Devotee can cultivate this type of mood, but one should be very cautious that how this mood is getting manifested. Not like the upper sampradaya, some of the sampradayas, they just like Sagajiyas, they behave like Sagajiya, that now I have seen Krishna in my dream, I'm embracing Krishna, and then the next day morning they just touching the other ladies. So that becomes so much Sagajiya. That's what Prabhupada is very, very caution here. So the mood should be like this. Where is my Lord Hari? Where is Hari? That should be the mood. So the mood is to search for Krishna, search for Radharani, search for Vrindavan. So that should be the mood. That's what Mahaprabhu is demonstrating here. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passes his life in Jagannath Puri after he decided to go and stay for 18, he decided to stay there. So he stayed around 18 years in Jagannath Puri before his departure from this material world. At that time, these pastimes are happening. So there are few symptoms when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu feels the separation of feels separation from Krishna. So that has been explained here in this verse, text number 52. When the gopis felt separation from Krishna, they experienced 10 kinds of bodily transformation. These same symptoms appeared in the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So see, like there are 10 kinds of bodily transformation. That's the same symptoms is appearing now in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he feels the separation from Krishna. The 10 bodily transformations resulting from separation from Krishna are so anxiety, wakefulness, mental agitation, thinness, uncleanliness, talking like a madman, disease, madness, illusion, and death. So these are the 10 symptoms. And with these 10 symptoms, he is getting, with these 10 symptoms manifesting, he is passing his day and night every day. Whenever such symptoms arose, his mind become unsteady. So he becomes so much unsteady. That's why it's my view on this. Like when I was reading this, so then I understand that's why Govinda is always with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when he becomes so unsteady, he doesn't know what he is doing. So someone is needed for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to bring him to this external consciousness. Most of the time he is in internal consciousness. He doesn't know the external world much now when he is in internal consciousness. But when so in order to protect Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from getting harmed from external expressions, like falling onto the ground and then going somewhere. So that's why always Govinda is assisting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also the other devotees. But mostly Govinda is usually there to assist Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what in this regard I also remember that it's very, very important to have a devotee association at any stage of our devotional life, whether we are neophyte or Madhyama state or in a Uttama state, whatever. Of course, the Uttama is really highly elevated. I shouldn't talk about that, but this is how it works. Like every time we have to be in association with devotees. So even though we are separated far away, that's why many devotee communities are coming up. They know the process, and then that's why one has to develop many devotee communication and devotee care for the protection of the devotees. So I just felt that this is a very important devotee association, so I'm just bringing up here. So next, there is a very, very nice pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood of separation from Krishna. It is Chataka Parvata story. So Chataka Parvata is actually in near the Tota Gopinath temple. So this Parvat is made of actually the sand dunes. So one day what happened, Lord Chaitanya went to take a bath in the sea. He is seeing this Parvat, Chataka Parvat, and he thought that as a Govardhan hill. And he started to recite this verse and started running after the Chataka Parvata. So the verse goes like this: of all the devotees, this Govardhana hill is the best. Oh, my friends, this hill supplies Krishna and Balarama as well as their cows and cowherd friends with all kinds of necessities: water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respect to the Lord. Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balarama, Govardhana hill appears very jubilant. So he is reciting this verse and going towards the Chataka Parvata, thinking that that is a Govardhana hill. That was his mood. He's always seeing, wherever he is going and seeing something, immediately the mood of Vrindavan, Gopis, and Radharani comes into picture. That's what the mood is about. His mood is about. So when he was running towards the Chataka Parvata, and he was running in the speed of wind that nobody can come near to him. So Govindas and other devotees know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they started running at back of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Since he was too fast in running, they couldn't come near to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So running towards Chataka hill, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the transcendental ecstasy and he becomes stunned, and then he could not run anymore, but he was started exhausting a little bit. Like it is, the verse says, the flesh at each of his pore erupted like pimples, and his bodily hairs standing on end appeared like kadamba flowers. Blood and perspiration flowed incessantly from every pore of his body, and he could not speak a word but simply produced gargling sound with his throat. The Lord's eyes filled and overflowed with unlimited tears, like the Ganges and Yamuna's meeting in the sea. So his eyes are filled with unlimited amount of tears. So by that in the transcendental ecstasy. Then what is happening is his entire body faded to the color of a white conch shell, and then he began to quiver like waves in the ocean. While quivering in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell down on the ground. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the transcendental ecstasy, he couldn't run anymore, and he was stuck up with that ecstasy, and he just fall onto the ground. His body couldn't handle it anymore. He just fell onto the ground. Now, Govinda approached him, actually. So the Govinda approaches, and then what he did is he sprinkled some water on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body in order to wake him up. But he couldn't wake up. Meanwhile, the other devotees were also coming at the back, and they reached the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Seeing the condition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being unconscious externally, then they became so sad, and so they were crying, actually, what's happening to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So but they observed that there are 6 different symptoms, symptoms of transcendental ecstasy on the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they were stuck with wonder. Oh, it's not possible for any ordinary human being to be like expressing these type of symptoms in this all over. No one has exhibited such type of symptoms in this world yet. Only Radharani has these type of symptoms. So on seeing that, they became they stuck with wonder, and then they started to recite Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, like that. They started reciting near to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very loudly. They were loudly chanting the Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So after some time, long enough, he heard, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this. Then he started to wake up, and he just stood up, jumping Hari Bol, like that. So he was unconscious, but when he was hearing this sounds of Hari Bol, then he just woke up, and then he stood up saying Hari Bol. But then what he did is, like, then he felt also very sad after that. Why? Because now he is telling to Swarupa Damodar Das that today I went from here to Govardhana Hill to find out if Krishna was tending his cows there. I saw Lord Krishna climbing Govardhana Hill and playing his flute, surrounded on all sides by grazing cows. So in his unconscious state, he was in this mood, thinking about Lord Sri Krishna, that the Lord Sri Krishna is climbing on the Govardhan Hill with his flute, and he is surrounded by the cows. So he wants to see whether Krishna is gone to the Govardhan Hill for tending his cows. So he saw Krishna is actually grazing his cows, and he started to play flute also. When hearing the sound vibration of the flute, Srimati Radharani and all her Gopi friends came and there to meet him. They were all very nicely dressed. And then when Radharani and Krishna entered the cave together, the other gopis were also there. So they started to talk to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please pick some flowers. That at that time, exactly what all of the devotees were chanting Hari Bol, and woke up Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. On hearing this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami says, just then all of you made a tumultuous sound and carried me from there to this place. So now he is again expressing the feeling of separation from this beautiful pastime which he was encountering in his unconscious state. So why have you brought me here, causing me unnecessary pain? I had a chance to see Krishna's pastimes, but I could not see them. Saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to weep. So he began to weep. When all the Vaishnavas saw the Lord's condition, they also wept. So by seeing condition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, other the devotees started to weep as well. So this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expressing and practically demonstrating the mood of separation from Krishna for everyone in this Kali Yuga. So I think it's now 9:09. I think we cannot move further because already it's 9:09. So I'll stop here. But there are so many very nice pastimes of Radharani as well in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which was recited by Rupa Goswami. So I would like to discuss about that as well a bit, but I think it's now 9 o'clock past, and yeah, 9:09. So I think I'll stop it here, and maybe in future we can discuss about the mode of separation of Radharani after discussing a few more pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. Hare Krishna. And I'm sorry if I know I have made a lot of mistakes, but I can't help it. Sorry. I'm just in a practicing stage. I'm trying to learn all these things. Yeah. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Yeah. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very beautifully given this topic, Mataji. It is a very highly elevated topic. We are just simply hearing and relishing. We don't know what to ask, but I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything, any reflections, kindly raise or kindly share. Induleka Mataji, would you like to share or reflect anything?
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please connect with my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji. You are saying that you are just practicing. You have just started your practice, Mataji, but if at this beginning you can talk so nicely, you can get so many references from Chaitanya Charitamrita and from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. So when you can complete your practice, what will happen? You will be a very eloquent person. You are a very good speaker. Thank you so much. And I hope you continue your service on this platform. You talk about the association of the devotees, which is really, really important for us. We may not get physical association because, as for me, where I live, there is only one temple on the island. It's difficult. But thanks to Zoom and thanks to people like you, the chat and the other people platform, I get to that association with devotees. We should not leave association of devotees. And this is a very, very nice topic also. If one day I get an opportunity, I'll talk a little bit on the power of association, which is very, very great. When you were talking about the association of devotees, I thought about King Bharat, King Indradumna. They left home. They were great kings. They went to the forest on their own. If they had their disciple or one of the family members or anybody with them, they would not commit such mistake. Like if there was somebody with King Indradumna while he was sitting under the tree meditating, and when I think Agastya Muni or one of the rishis was going by, and then he didn't pay his obeisances. Obviously, the rishi was not happy and cursed him to become elephant and so on. But if he had one of his disciples, they could have told him, yes, Maharaj is here, or this rishi is here, please, you can advise him, like in that instant. Similarly, for King Bharat, instead of getting attached to the idea, disciple would have told him, you know, Maharaj, this is not your job. You know, yes, you have saved the little deer, then you can let it go. You know, leaving home, leaving all the family members, leaving all the amenities, the comfort and life, and then going and getting attached to it. So this is a lack of association. Thank you very much, Mataji. Very well explained, nicely displayed all the pictures and the text. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. As I know that devotees are so humble, they are going to really appreciate, but I know my weaknesses. So I'm sorry I have done so many mistakes, I know, but thank you for your encouragement. I really, really appreciate. Yes, devotees association is very, very important. That's why Bharat Maharaj got into a trap of associating with the deer at the end. And then we know
Yes.
how the stories go on. And he's
Yeah.
as a birth, as a coming in the next life as a birth, as in the deer form.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
consciousness is still there in the deer form as well, because Krishna is protecting always from within the heart
Yes.
of the devotee. So that's how he's getting his consciousness, and then the deer goes and associating with the other saintly persons in the forest. So that was really a beautiful story as well. Yeah, thank you for reminding me that story as well, Mataji. Yeah, this
Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Jahnakanya Mataji, Prabhavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna. What a wonderful subject. I really relish that. Pastimes always put us in such a good mood. And you taught us about how the moods were with the gods, and Radharani and all his Krishna's gopis, his associates. This put us in a good mood, and I think it captured our attention. And as Mataji said, you're full of knowledge, Mataji. So I think you were bursting to release it. So that's why you said you had more to say, but time doesn't allow. And it was really beautiful. I really, really, really like that. The style and all the pastimes were so, so beautiful, as though we were present in those pastimes. Obviously, you knew your subject very well. And so so one thing, you have the information, is delivering it is the key, and you were able to do that very well. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Saurabh Prabhuji, you wanted to add anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, and Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I definitely cannot add anything because you are all part of the 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. Group, which I'm not. But in whatever little capacity I remember Krishna or try to chant. I just want to ask for forgiveness because I've joined late, and secondly, I had to listen to this in a broken manner. So I will be listening to the recording to really absorb everything you have said. Well, one of my question is I just wanted to ask is when you mentioned about the scientific evidence around the brain activity of chanting, before or after that, because I've listened to it in a broken way. I could not be there all the time while it was going on. Did you also mention anything around the effects on devotees who are chanting, not the scientific way, but the actual transformation, or actually what devotees experience out as a result of chanting? Have you mentioned anything around those lines? I just wanted to ask you.
I didn't mention about in those lines, but I know devotees, when they start chanting, they used to say, I feel so much relaxed and calm, something like that. I used to hear from those. Even if I bring someone who is not chanting for attending the kirtans, so then they say, this is really wonderful. It's making me it's so calm. It's making me so calm. So that type of statement I used to hear from others, than even from the non-devotees. Yeah. So, and definitely even with the devotees also will be experiencing, because it's really a highly dynamic, the mind is highly dynamic as well. We can't really say what's happening. If I say about myself, I don't know, I mean, what type of changes it is happening in from the beginning, but I'm surely seeing some changes are happening within me, because as I was from the beginning, from my birth, I have not taken any intoxications or whatever. The four regulative principles were already there from my birth, except for this onion and garlic. So I couldn't sense for a long time the differences, but I do feel the presence of Krishna sometimes. But and then I end up in getting confusion. Am I really feeling that or not feeling, kind of stuff? So since I'm kind of research oriented person, it doesn't believe me many times whatever is happening within. I think a lot of devotees also do the same. Time after doing so many rounds of chanting, one will have some attachment to Krishna, some or the other ways. It is due to the from the mouth of the devotees who are explaining about the pastimes of Krishna, or sometimes they get the inspiration from Shastras. So these intimate changes, no one usually talks that in public, like if we really approach devotees, and then we can sense that they really can share the inner happenings, unless like and I have watched many devotees, they automatically leave certain type of intoxication. Suppose they are smoking or drinking or whatever it is, like after chanting, they get more engagement in doing chanting, right? Chanting and other devotional service. So that makes their life fully engaged, the day engaged. Then there is no chance to see outside that. So they automatically leave this process of drinking or smoking, etc. Many Western devotees are like that, like as we have seen from what happened to Prabhupada. Like Prabhupada was turning basically many hippies into happies by giving this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that's a very clear-cut evidence. Although they might not know the process, how it is doing, but they are undergoing the changes. So it's very difficult to explain the process in itself, how it is, the Mahamantra is changing. So even I was thinking how Mahamantra is changing now. And then I saw these, long time back, I used to think all these stuffs. But then I saw these articles are coming up. And then there are other few articles, they are doing also research on the, especially with the nurses who are chanting and who are not chanting. So these kind of evidence, scientific evidences are coming up. But of course, getting calm and relaxed and having an easy life is not a devotee's goal. At the end, we all have to develop the mood of separation, and by chanting, that's what develops the prema for Krishna. Yeah.
No, that's a so deep explanation and so many things you have mentioned, and it's a close to, again, I say that while I'm not part of the 530 group right now, but it's something, as a aspiring devotee, as a trying to be devotee or maintain myself, this is a very close to heart topic for me to understand and study more. The physical evidence of the brain studies, comparisons, these kind of things are okay, because I think these kind of brain activities, because it is very superficial in the context of Krishna consciousness, these kind of research are, to me, are very, very superficial, just at a physical tissue level, cellular level, and pretty
Yes.
much.
So I just want to mention in this regard. Now, why I
Yeah.
have put up this
No,
slide.
it's not a criticism, Mataji. What I'm trying to say is, when this research, this is just at a bodily level what we are seeing, but this may be achievable by something else. It may be achievable. There are research around breathing techniques, which multiply certain positive sort of, which are based on our Vedas, on our Vedic guidance, certain, but types of breathing technique. We all know that but the research is done around that, how it multiplies the cellular activities, etc. in the brain, etc. So things are achievable, similar sort of things at a cellular level, at a physiological level. But the actual thing, when we are going deeper than that towards the soul, how are we actually developing or changing? Those things may not happen with just doing some other kind of yoga, etc., etc., mindfulness, so on and so forth. That's around. So this particular topic, therefore, obviously, Muhammad, that is the importance for us as of Mahamantra. So yeah, I think this is such a topic. So beautifully you have brought it to everyone. I would personally, I think, because this is such an intense sangha, we're doing so many studies, so many things. This is a kind of topic probably just needs, some kind of regular presentation or conversation around, and bringing different, aspects that our acharyas have written around it. While we are studying, you're studying different granthas and everything like that. So it's very, very special, very nice. I will definitely listen to the whole recording in time to understand this better.
Yes, Prabhu. This one is the Krishna consciousness basically is very internal process. I really know that. But why I have brought this one is one point you are mentioning of other yogic system also we can attain these relaxations and all those stuffs. But here, what happens when Mahamantra is above all these yoga processes, it has a quick effect when compared to the other processes. That's what I would like to mention, because I have seen other few articles so long ago. I saw that the waves of beta, theta waves in the brain much more, it's very faster when compared to other methods. So, but I haven't put that slide here, but that's the answer for this. Even though it is like an external thing, if you look at in a broader perspective, like the scientist, because the whole world is revolving around education and science and all those stuffs. But then how can we convince the other people who are very scientific, so that they might say the literatures are, no, it's somebody has written, we can't accept all these stuffs. So in order to tell to those kind of peoples, I have brought this slide. That's the main goal here, why I brought this. Although it may resemble very irrelevant for this topic, but still I wanted to bring from the external point of view towards the internal point. I'm a very internal person as well. I'm an introvert, so I come from internal to external. But many of the people around are here from external to internal. So that's why I put these slides. Thank you.
Definitely. Definitely. So yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Indilaka Mataji, you wanted to say?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. You know, this process of chanting and the effect of chanting, it depends on each individual. And it's something that we feel inside, in something that we cannot develop. We cannot tell other people what we are feeling. If I take my case, in the early morning, if I complete all my rounds, I am so happy. If I cannot complete all my rounds, sometimes due to health issues or wake up a little bit late or whatever, but before starting my sadhana, if I chant all my rounds, which is rare, I tell you the truth, then I feel that happiness inside, which I cannot tell people. But the day I don't complete the rounds, I'm feeling morose. So this is me, right? So each individual can have different feelings. And as Mataji said, we should not be telling that to people. Now, what Mataji has projected here, like this brain stunning, is to show people about somebody who is diseased. It's not for normal people. This is an evidence how Mahamantra is helping a diseased person. It's not that ordinary people will go and do this. No, we have to experience by ourselves, by our own endeavor chanting, and then focusing on it. And how do we do that? It's difficult. because the mind is. Arjuna said he can control the mind. He can control the wind. He cannot control the mind. Arjuna, who is a Mahabhagavata, so what he talk about us? So now one thing is we listen to what we are saying. Each word of the Maha Mantra, we should listen to it. Now there are two things here. I'm sorry, I'm going into a bit of detail. Two things here. First is our mind, and second is our false ego. And we have two ears, right? While we are chanting this Maha Mantra, one ear, on one side of the ear is a false ego, on the other side is a mind. So we make both engage in the Maha Mantra, carrying it down to our heart where the Paramatma is residing. In this way, we know that our mind is not going, if it's going, we bring it back. But then we are sure that whatever we are chanting, we can hear. Because sometimes we miss Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. We miss, people go so fast. Some people take 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I cannot until 8 minutes for a round. That is, I go fast enough to finish. Some people take more, 10, 12 minutes for one round. So it is something that we experience individually. Prabhuji, yes, please you watch the video again because Mataji has explained very nicely. Thank you. Thank you everyone for listening. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, Intuleka Mataji. So nice explanation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhavati Mataji, Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, sorry. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much for your wonderful class as always. Yeah, it's a highly elevated class anyway for me. But yeah, we are learning every day how to adopt new technique. And we are still learning, but very, very nice with all the examples and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, the different bhavas and, it's really nice. Thank you so much of references. So very, very nice, Mataji. Hope we can try to adopt or, little bit of that. Thank you. Look forward for your next session, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Thank you very much, Mataji. You're so humble that you are encouraging me. Thank you so much.
No, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Very nice class. As Prabhavati Mataji said, it's highly limited and then this takes time to absorb. So, but very nice reports and then very nice class. Very good. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Usha Mataji. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji. Gauringi Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. I didn't have that much even knowledge to understand your very deep explanation. I tried my best.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah. I agree with Asha Mataji. So, Mataji, this is, I think this is a very high level class, Mataji. Very nice. We never heard some word. Then you give very nice class, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji.
All the devotees' mercies. I could speak today because you are all experienced devotees. So I know the fact that you are all experienced. So I boldly spoke about this topic. Otherwise, I would have not been chosen the topic at all. I was really struggling to find a topic, but I started with some topic, and when I started collecting notes, it became like this. This is what happened.
Yeah, this always your topic is very important and high level, Mataji. I think that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
Meena Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Mataji, you explained so nicely about past time, like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, and
And all these things is really nicely, and especially with the chanting, we encourage everybody to chant, and all this is really thanks for all this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you so much.
Saurabh Prabhuji, you wanted to say anything?
No, it's okay, Prabhu. I will listen to the session again, and maybe in reflection I'll bring some questions.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And thank you so much, Supriya Gopi Mataji. It is a very wonderful session. And as all devotees have already explained and also glorifying the session, and I do not have to say anything. So it is so amazing. Okay, so and I request all the dear devotees kindly unmute and do 3 loud Hari Bols to Supriya Gopi Mataji.
Can I say something, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, I was just thinking that we shouldn't be going away having high expectation about chanting, because we are all different levels. Just like this class, everybody says, what they understood at a different level doesn't mean we're all the same. So, okay, we know what we should be doing. Not everybody's able to chant in the same manner. So, but if you keep chanting, it will fall into place one day. So, expectations is a big thing to live up to. Our expectations as well as other people's expectation. And I think people go in this aim, oh, if I chant, I will get this, I will get that, and I will be in a better place, overnight. So this is something, maybe a subject to talk about another time in depth, because it is a lot of pressure on people about chanting and how they should be chanting. I find that anyway, everywhere we go, we hear people talking about it. It's always a lot of questions around it. And still people don't feel fulfilled because the expectation's too high. So the fulfillment comes when you are really ready for it, where you are committed and you wholeheartedly go into it. And then we're not already at that the same time, I'm thinking about some people, they seem to be at the same level, but they still have questions. So we just got to be careful that the expectations don't get overpowering and people give up and don't believe in it anymore. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother. Yes.
Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji. So that's why I said it's an individual experience.
Yeah.
So we cannot force people to do what we are doing. It was just an example that I said I was giving of myself. So yes, we cannot.
Then it's not a justification. It's just saying, because an experience, what I've experienced over the time, going to the temple and hearing lectures, and people complaining about they find it hard even to do one round, and then we say about 16.
Mm-hmm.
The expectation is quite high. Haribo.
Yes, Mataji, but then we don't expect everybody to chant Shikshindamine go. It's a process. And also, when we take the vow, we have to keep it after initiation, not before initiation. Thank you.
No, it's not a justification. I'm just saying what I experienced, Haribo.
Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So wonderful. It comes, it's a journey. So it is, there is not, everyone has got a different journey. So levels are different. But at the end, everyone's life, how much life is left and how we are in the standing in the devotional service, it is individual experiences.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yes, very wonderful, Mataji. When we keep on progressing, then we see all these experiences. It is again yam vapismaran bhavam tyajityante kalevaram tam tamevaite kauntaya sadatad bhavavita. Until that moment, whatever we carry, that will be preserved. Okay, so thank you so much, all the devotees. Supriya Gopi Mataji, would you like to say anything now? before we?
Prabhu, I would like to say thank you for all the devotees who have attended this session. I'm so much blessed today because you're all very experienced devotees, so that I could share my knowledge, whatever I have understood today. Thank you very much for all devotees. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. So, dear devotees, kindly unmute and do the Haribols to Supriya Gopi Mataji, please. Haribo. 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 Thank you so much.
Ancha kalpatarupesha
We have Nasimha place, Mataji.
She wants to run off. Come on, Meena, you got to stay.
Yes, Supriya Gopi Mataji, what would you like to choose, Mataji, for Nasimha place?
So, Prabhavati Mataji, can you do Narsimha prayer?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And anyone wanted to do accompany?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mataji. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya
Praladadayine
Praladadayine
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha
Chilatankanakalaye
Srilatankanakalaye
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha
Yato Yami Tato Narasimha
Yato Yamitato Narasimha
Bahirnasimha Hridaye Narasimha
Bahe Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha
Narasimha Matim Sharanam Prapate
Narasimhamadin Saranam Prapati
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakamadbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Tavakar Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Sringa Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev
Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज जय, प्रहलाद महाराज जय, प्रहलाद महाराज।
जय जय प्रभुपदा, 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 श्रील प्रभुपदा।
जय जय प्रभुपदा, 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 श्रील प्रभुपदा।
जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय श्रील गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय श्रील गुरुदेव।
नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल।
नित्य गौरा हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, नित्य गौरा हरि बोल।
श्री श्री नरसिम्हा भगवान की
जय।
भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय।
नित्य गौर
प्रभुपाद
प्रेमानंद
की
जय।
जय।
जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
हरि हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhavati Mataji and Meena Mataji. Very beautifully done. Okay, so dear devotees, now we are already 45 minutes past 9 o'clock. If you are happy, we shall conclude our session for tonight. Supriya, Gopi Mataji, are you happy with that?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we shall conclude. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
अनंत
अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय।
प्रभुपाद की जय।
प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna conscious night everyone. See you tomorrow morning for Japa session at 5:30 a.m. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare